What's going on, review tards? Welcome to the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League's review.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Joss Whedon version.
I want to pick my words very carefully for this review because I feel like Justice League is getting some unjustified. See what I did there?
I guess I what you did there.
Yeah, that's a Whedon-esque pun, if you ask me. Some unjustified hate. Yes, does this movie have its issues? Absolutely. Were there some tissues? No, probably not. But did it have its issues? It certainly did. You might ask yourself, why am I saying those things? Well, that used to be our, review system. But Captain, what would you be at this point?
Captain Half-Smile.
I didn't get it until a second later. Because he had Bell's palsy.
Had.
Wants to change it up. So today we will be introducing our new system called
You can do it.
Cheers, Tears, and Jeers.
Hell yeah.
Cha, ta, and ja.
So,
Because issues isn't a word.
it isn't. It's not.
Then why'd you go along with it for so long?
Because I don't want to argue. So this movie's kind of been getting some pretty bad reviews. Overall, I really like this movie. However, there's been some pretty big issues I had with this. Some jeers? Yeah, we called it jeers. For instance, in the beginning of the movie, when Batman kind of used that robber as bait, he never ended up, arresting him. He just, kind of let him go. And also, he was kind of talking to Alfred right in front of him. Like, he was calling Alfred by his name. Right in front of the robber. How many Alfreds could there be in Gotham? Facebook that shit. And you find out who Alfred is pretty quick. Be like, hey, Batman's got a butler named Alfred. Shit didn't make sense. And another thing, at the end of BVS, The Rock's Superman's grave kind of floated. He wasn't alive? Or was he? Shit didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Because, why you gotta throw him in that pool if he's already alive? That shit's crazy.
And, I really hated the use of CGI. When you can tell something's really wrong because it's so glaringly apparent that they didn't have the budget and the reshoots or the time to really make it apparent, or less apparent, I think, is the better choice of words there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In a movie that's supposed to give you hope, it really kind of derails any hope.
What aspect are you talking about?
Oh, God. I can't think of it, to be honest.
I can't put my finger on it.
Hmm.
And another thing that I had an issue with. Why are Flash and Cyborg digging a grave? Especially that slow. If Flash can move at the speed of light, and Cyborg can turn his arm into a gun, you about to tell me he can't turn his fucking balls into a shovel or something? That shit should have been done quick.
It's funny. It's funny that you went there because, I too had the same thought process in the theater. And, with superhero movies, you allow certain suspension of belief. But they should have used some type of power.
Yeah. Something different.
Or not have that scene in the movie at all. The scene is supposed to be some big, hey, we're the two accidents and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a great line, but at the same time, you kind of got the character... You got the personas for both those characters completely wrong in the movie to begin with. So it's I don't really care to see this interaction.
It was a little wonky.
Yeah. But I mean, at least Cyborg actually looked decent there, unlike other scenes in the movie. You know what? Actually, I found really funny that I shouldn't have.
Hmm.
Um, so the Flash was obviously supposed to be the comic relief. By the way, I think Ezra Miller is a horrendous choice for Barry Allen, the Flash. I thought he was the worst part of this movie for me, hands down. Other than some stupid CGI moments, but I think him running at the end is supposed to be a joke. I don't get why he's running
Like everything's like wavy.
and he trips every time he has to run fast. What's the point of having a speedster if he's gonna trip every time he's got to fucking run? Stupid. That was stupid.
I also thought it would have been better if they put the mother box inside of Cyborg for the last one.
Wouldn't that have just been the Vision?
I mean, yeah.
So would Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon just been ripping off Joss Whedon?
I mean, but can you really plagiarize yourself?
Well, if Zack Snyder put that in before Joss Whedon, yeah.
Was that a Zack Snyder thing?
Well, I mean, there was no color in those scenes.
That's a good point.
Like, what the fuck's the point of the Nightcrawler? If you think about it, it's in all the trailers. They act like, oh, we gotta use this thing. But no, you don't gotta use that thing. Not for any reason. Cyborg takes it over. And that's like the only scene from the trailers that's actually still in the movie. You know?
It was also kind of weird when he decided to use it. It was like, oh no, I have two things on me. I need this right now. Like, you can handle two parademons.
Do you know what the worst thing was, too, about that? If you watch that entire scene, at no point does that Nightcrawler actually become useful until they need to hold on to something to avoid the water.
Yeah,
So it's a boat.
pretty much.
They needed a boat in the tunnel
It
system.
was a handle.
They needed a boat.
A boat.
Like a fucking castaway raft. What would you call it? Adobe.
Also, what was the point of that Russian family? Like, I get they may have been like our inside look on what was going on with fucking Steppenwolf. But why? Why? You can just show it. What was the point of them boarding up the house and stuff? Didn't make any sense.
What's he doing? And like, Steppenwolf shouldn't have been the villain for the fucking first Justice League movie. Who the fuck's idea was like, yeah. Check it out. We're gonna set up in BVS the fucking villain for Justice League. Oh, Zach, that sounds amazing. What are we gonna do? It's gonna be Steppenwolf. Who's that, Zach? That's Darkseid's uncle. Has he been used recently in comics? Nah, not since like the 80s. Fans are gonna love it. You sure, Zach? Yeah, oh yeah. It'll be all CGI. No, we'll just get like a really good actor and only use his voice and not do anything of real feel with him. Are you sure, Zach? Like, trust me. Once BVS comes out, you're gonna see everything's gonna be great. All right, Zach. We'll let you do this. You know what you're doing. That's why we put you in charge, Zach. I don't know who came up with that.
There's so many better villain choices.
It should have been Darkseid. It's not that fucking hard. It should have been Darkseid.
Especially when you're trying to play catch up to Marvel.
Oh my god! It should have been. Hashtag should have been Darkseid. Can you put that in there?
I mean, I can.
Put that in there.
Look. There.
Yeah. So you see how disjointed this whole review has been? That's how a 250 million plus reshoots, which was about 150 million, big budget superhero movie felt watching it.
Annoying.
It was very off-putting. Especially, like, how the fuck is that something you think is okay to put out? And here's the worst part. It's not a bad movie. It's got some good things in it. I enjoy the flashback sequence. I enjoyed the final fight. I enjoyed the campy nature of Superman. I was fine with how they brought him back, even though I think it was just a little bit unnecessary. Just you should have marketed Superman in this movie because he's actually in this movie a lot.
Yeah, no one knows that.
Yeah.
He's not. You don't see him in any marketing things. Well, until recently.
I really don't have as big of a problem with Steppenwolf. I just think like he's kind of a weak villain. I don't think he's the weakest villain ever. I think Malekith is worse than him, and I think Ares is a lot weaker than fucking Steppenwolf. I'm sorry, but I thought everything to do with that part of Wonder Woman was awful. But you could just see how all the issues they had really showed on screen, and it's just disheartening to see. It detracts from the movie, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of good things you can take away from it, like the fight scene, the flashback fight scene with all the Green Lanterns and like Zeus and Hercules.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I could watch that for 9 hours straight. It was amazing.
That was really cool.
That was honestly worth my ticket price. That made it for me. It was amazing to see a Green Lantern.
I really hope that DC. It's a step in the right direction overall. This movie is, and they gotta know before they put this out that like, hey, we fucked up here, here, and here. There's no way they didn't know. So hopefully everything from here on out is more like this, but just a better made film because it doesn't have two people making it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Justice League in a nutshell. So no one told you the film was gonna be this way. The plot's a joke, no joke. You're gonna fall asleep. It's like you're only there for the popcorn. And when the movie's over, you think to yourself, is there an end credit scene?